Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean. I'm just making a video. I wanted to make a video about American tennis, men's American tennis. Now, what I was telling you, I made a video about a month ago, and I was calling out the USTA for being trash. And the reason why is my friend and I don't know him personally, but I just know him from watching his videos. It's the GOAT tennis, something like that. He's an older fella. He's a coach. And he was talking about American tennis. He's like, "Oh, we haven't won a Grand Slam. American men's tennis hasn't won a Grand Slam, or player, I should say, in 20 years. The last person to do it was Andy Roddick, right? Before that, Agassi, Sampras, and all this other shit. All these great players from America, #1 in the world, just monsters. What the difference is between guys that are ranked, Tafu and all these dudes, is when they first started playing tennis, they understood the main purpose of the game. And the main purpose of tennis, at every level, it doesn't matter what you say, at every level is this way. It's the rule of the game, and this is what makes the game so great, because everybody is trying to do this one thing, and that is play entire match with no errors, 0 errors. So when you see John McEnroe throwing his tennis racket and questioning calls and all that shit that he was doing back in the day, it wasn't because of the player over on the other side. He wasn't doing that. He's angry at himself because he was literally trying to play games with no errors. That's the whole purpose. It's like bowling and getting a 300, okay? Or hitting a hole-in-one in every shot in golf. Like every shot in golf, a hole-in-one. Unless you're John Daly, that can hit balls over 500 yards with 2 shots, probably can get to a 122-yard par 5 with a driver and a 9-iron. Like he would, it'd be ridiculous. And I don't even know much about golf. The point is, when I say the players got no heart, and what I mean by no heart, they're not trying to win. They're not trying to play with perfection. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to hit winners. And they're trying to hit winners that, like the European players they're going against, are trying to play games with perfection. They may not show the same, like fire as John did when he played back. That's the best example I can give you is John McEnroe. I know it's an old guy or whatever in your time, but when that dude was, I'm 52, right? So even he was older when I was like 20, and Agassi was coming along, and Krickstein, and all these other guys. Crick is the only one that really went from being able to use because he was playing with wooden rackets, so he was able to transfer, and because he had a Western forehand and a ridiculous Turner serve, and just grinds every match out. Nothing's over with that guy. But that's the thing. These players played for perfection. So if you're playing to not make mistakes, 0 mistakes, you're going to get Grand Slams. If you have that training. I'm 52. I seen, I watch my band Trey over there, Winners Tennis and Winners Only Tennis, and I think his brother's starting a channel, and he's learning how to play. Or they looks like his brother. I could be wrong. They look alike, and he's doing great, But you see, the fire is in there. That's what I mean by heart. These dudes they're trying to play perfect games. They're going out there practicing their serves. They're practicing hitting off ball machines. They're trying new products. They're trying to get better players so they don't make no mistakes. That's the main purpose, and that's why I say, I play where I don't make I double fault sometimes because I go for bigger stuff than I need to against some players, but I've worked on my serve a lot. And now I've just used placement, because when I was younger, I just cracked the shit out of it as hard as I could, And, I place the ball. I have an idea where I want to go with it. And then my second serve would be kind of like a flat slice serve. It wouldn't, now I've always knew how to hit topspin serves because I learned how to play in hard true. But it wasn't something I thought as a weapon. I thought, because one of my better traits, no, I'm just going to throw all that stuff away, baby. One of my better traits, Ashley's here with me. We're cleaning up our apartment and outside, so I took a minute to talk about this because it's important. I think you guys should know this. Everybody, if you want to get better at tennis, you have to play. You have to practice to where practice the things that you do wrong, and focus on that, and practice on the things you do right and focus on that. Practice your serve, and you're trying to play a perfect game. And this is what people don't get about pickleball. Pickleball this is ingenious shit these people are doing to you guys. You guys are getting fucking grifted to start playing pickleball, when basically the USTA and all these people want you to play pickleball, because pickleball is literally mini tennis. That's when you first started learn how to play tennis, it wasn't going to the baseline and having a coach feed you shots. It was standing at the net and learning how to volley, and then you play on the service line where the ball bounces, the little square there, and you hit back and forth, and the see makes less the mistakes. That's how you learn how to do that. And then you go to the baseline. That's why you see these amazing people that are volleying, and you're like, oh wow, that's amazing, because they did that when they was kids. That's how they learned how to play tennis. That's why I say tennis is a game that you're trying to strive for perfection. That's the main purpose of playing the game, with no errors. And the way to do that is practice. And you can't just practice from hitting on the baseline, and I'm going to hit the ball like Federer, or I'm going to hit the ball like Djokovic. Hit the ball like yourself, okay? Just to develop it to where you can smack the shit out of it, but develop your own style. Why are you trying to copy other people's style? You already know what the purpose of the game is not to make any errors. You already know if you hit with topspin, you can learn how to hit with topspin. The ball's going to go high over the net, and there's a good probability it'll go in. So that's what the whole purpose is. That's what you're doing. You're trying to play the game of tennis for perfection, as you're bowling and trying to get a 300, or playing in golf and getting a hole-in-one, like I said. So that's what I say about Hart. These guys aren't trying to play for perfection. They're going out there trying to hit winners and grind it out with somebody that and don't care how many errors they're making. You know what I mean? So the whole purpose of men's tennis and American tennis is this guys lost they lost what the game was actually about. They lost what the game was about. The game is about not worrying about trying to pound somebody off the court, because they can all do that shit. And I tell you this, I haven't coached, like I used to coach, help out the Oceans Racquet Club with doubles and shit like that. And my friend Rick Bowerson, this guy was an amazing player. He's left-handed, and he actually was a pitcher for the Yankees back in the 70s and shit. So this dude would hit kick serve. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. Okay, so I learned how to do it, to return that kind of shit at an early age. And I started picking up tennis, but I was like, to me, when I was growing up, tennis was weak, because I used to play football, and I'm like, I'm playing fucking football? This is for fucking sissies tennis. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now I understand why everybody plays it, because the concept is to make no errors. So you can win a football game making a few errors here and there, but in tennis, it's different. It's strive different, because you will have officials that are in control of the game to say what's a rule being broken and what's not, and it's just a lot. But in tennis, you have yourself. The ball's either in or it's out. It's that simple. And if you keep more balls in and hit more balls in on especially 30, 40s and breaks and adds, you're going to win 9 out of 10 times. I've lost every match in my life because I didn't compromise. Didn't utilize the break. 30, 40, or up 40, love 40. That's damn ridiculous, because I was trying to do ridiculous shit. And you don't have to be fancy to do stuff. I mean, like, I try to rip a ball, on returns, and I'm pretty good at hitting down the line. I've done it my whole life. So I'm getting better at tennis, but I still, in my head, that's why I train so hard, and that's how I hurt my knees and stuff, because I'm striving to play perfection. That's my main goal. It ain't no 4.0 or 5.0 or 6.0 or any of that bullshit. I want to be able to play a game with no errors. 0 errors on no double faults, nothing. That's what I'm striving to do. I don't care how good a person is. I don't care the pros. If I took Caruso, I'd have that guy in the top 20. You don't need to do much with this guy. Seriously. He already has all the mechanics. It's what I'm saying. These dudes lose their fire, their heart, and their heart. I'm not saying that they ain't playing hard, but they're not trying to play perfection. And to do that, you have to practice the fundamentals on every aspect of it. You got to be able to volley. I don't care how good someone is returning serve, dude. There's many people, even Agassi, Pete Sampras was one of the best in the world ever behind him and John McEnroe. Serve and volley and Pete Sampras and John McEnroe, the greatest ever. I don't get anybody you want to bring to the table and look at them in their prime. And Agassi, and in my opinion, Nadal are the best return, and Jimmy Connors are the best. Crick's up there too, but elite shit. you know, they're the best ever to return serves. And Agassi grew up in an era, and so did kind of Nadal and Novak, kind of. That Novak's awesome he's awesome returner too. I mean, I grew up watching Agassi play the top servers in the world, so.
You put the toaster oven for the end of the world too.
Okay, your mom just pulled back there, I think.
Okay.
Thinking it's her mom. I used to live by my mother-in-law. It's another story, but I'm glad that she moved away, and we're getting a new apartment too. So it's too much money here, and it's not. I don't know. I have higher standards. You know, I'm trying to better my life, and it's not a bad place. It's actually nice in Port Orange, Florida, but it's not worth, in my opinion, $1,500 a month. And you're not single electric and water, but everybody's going through that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about tennis. And if you want to get good at tennis, and like I say, you have to know the rule of the game, the main purpose of it. It's just like playing chess. What's the rule of the game in chess? You're trying to checkmate the person, right? And you make a mistake in chess, and it's pretty much over. The first mistake. I mean, if you're playing a good player, you're done. It's just, you already know it. Like, when I do it, I just give it away. I'm like, no! Because your hand comes off the piece, and that's it, you know. And then I see the whole thing go down. But I have played against people that didn't see the board like that, and then they still won because they saw it later on, because they saw me go, oh no, you know, like, oh, what did I do? And that's what goes on in tennis. That's what makes it such a great game. That's why I started playing again. I missed that competitive self. You're competing with yourself to be the best. And when they say to be the best, well, how are you going to be the best? Won most Grand Slams? How'd you do that? You made the less errors. You got to cut errors out, or you're going to lose every time. So I wish everybody the best. And remember what I say, it's this game, and we're having fun at it. And I look forward to meeting some of these YouTubers that, like we said, we're going to try set up matches and stuff and play each other. It'll be cool, man. It's going to be fun. But just don't take this stuff too seriously. Like what I mean by, beating yourself up. If you make errors, just know why you did it. Try to figure out what happened. But it's hard to do that because of tennis. I'll talk to you guys later. I got my in-laws coming in, so I'll have to spend some time with them. But we'll talk about this again, and let me know what you think.